Hello my gorgeous people, this is your weekly horoscope tarot card forecast and it's for all 12 signs of zodiac. And this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast, of course, that every single sign is going to be individually stamped, so you're going to be able to scroll at the bottom and find your sign with no problem. And this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is from the actual 17th of May until the 23rd of May 2021. So this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is from the 17th until the 23rd of May 2021, and I am going to start with my gorgeous and ever so precious, with my beautiful Aries, my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Aries. This is going to be quite interesting week indeed, because you are gonna hear something so important, and this is going to be rather significant to you. Actually, in fact, it's going to be so significant that it's going to create at that moment in time a rather enlightening moment. You are going to have an important enlightening moment, and this is going to mean to you so much as well, because it's just going to bring that wonderful energy together, which is at the same time going to increase your vibrations so beautifully, which means that it's a lot about the inspiration that you're going to have as well at the same time. But then most importantly, I can see that there's certain problem and issue that was in your life for a while, that you didn't kind of know what to do, you didn't know how to go about it. This is the enlightening moment. This is probably the best thing that is actually going to come out of this enlightening moment. On one hand, you are going to hear an important information, news when it comes to your particular journey and things that you wanted to do beforehand, things that you were focusing on and things that you were doing. You know, there is going to be really great news that you are going to hear. But on top of that, above all, probably the most important thing is that this energy is actually going to help you to understand things, you know, about yourself and about your life that you didn't understand. So this is most certainly going to be rather deep, but quite important. But in particular, when it comes to one particular problem, that made you like kind of so indecisive, and it made you indecisive for a while, and maybe you didn't even realize this as such, but this is very important for you to pay attention to this, because most certainly it's going to open your eyes, and that in itself is going to put you on the certain path. And the path that I'm talking about, it's pretty much going to unfold for you right towards the end of this week, and it's pretty much so to do with your finances, with your financial situation, with your personal security when it comes to your finances, and also doing like a very important adjustments when it comes to that. Because on another hand, this week is going to be quite magical, like literally magical, when it comes to like a being very much so like a super smart and super quick and super sharp and super clever. I'm not saying that you're not super smart, super sharp and super clever, but there is always like the time when we feel like really like we're on top of the things more than we normally are, and that in itself, it increases our sharpness. So this means that, you know, when it comes to planning, you know, if you just start the process of planning, you know, so much is going to come up, so much you're going to understand that you wouldn't be able to understand before, so much you're going to be quick about things that you need to be quick about, you see. But in particular, specifically when it comes to your finances, you know, this is an important week. So if you want to do anything when it comes to your personal development, no matter what you do, no matter where you are, whether you're working, whether you're not working, whether you're looking for a job, or whether you're basically just like retired, it doesn't really matter. It's just all about that next step and focusing on the next step and doing the right thing, doing the best thing that you possibly can when it comes to your financial health and financial security. This is a very important week when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card for this week, my gorgeous Aries. I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Okay. So your oracle card, my gorgeous Aries, is like sharing of yourself. You are basically, this is pretty much so, very much so like a karmic situation. Very powerful time when it comes to karma, indeed. And this is also reflection on this powerful week that I'm talking about. You see, sharing of yourself, it's saying on the top, and I'm incredibly generous being. You see, this is all about your karma and all about responding to things around you in the best possible possible way. I think that someone really is most certainly going to need your help so much, like, oh my Lord, somebody is going to need your help, my gorgeous Aries, this week, you know, to try to realize who this is. This person may make themselves known, or they may not make themselves known. However, this is like really so important. This is such a complex situation that is going to arise, but you're the one who has got the answer to this problem, what this person have. You're the ones who will actually know exactly what to do. But this is not only about helping. Of course, it's fantastic and brilliant and beautiful. It's an ultimate thing, you know, in this world, to also like kind of help people as much as you possibly can. And it's always great. But now this week in particular, this is also going to karmically really begin the process of a really important unfoldment that you wouldn't normally have. And that is going to later on going to provide you with a realization which is in itself going to be so significant to you. And this is going to be the direct result of this actual karmic reward that you are going to have, because you are going to be able to see which part of your life you are going to have a wake-up call about. So this is going to be a karmic reward when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis. My gorgeous Taurus, I love you so much. Of course I do. Now basically, you know, it's so important for you to understand that there is a certain part of your life, certain element of your life that's just simply came to an end, and you need to cut it out. You need to make an adjustment. You need to move on, but you are not still realize what this part of your life is. And now this is going to become quite evident when it comes to this week. So now it's pretty much so to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, like to try to kind of reflect on the situation around you and try to focus on those things that are bringing you down, that are making you feel really negative, that are making you feel really unhappy. Why do they keep on making you negative? Why do they keep on making you feel unhappy? Why do they keep on making you feel uncertain? And these are all the feelings and emotions that we normally go through once our spiritual journey come to an end with something. So this is very important for you to do and to realize what this is, because almost instantly, my gorgeous Taurinis, like almost instantly, your energy is just going to become so much brighter. Your energy is going to be absolutely great. Your energy is going to be absolutely brilliant. And you will be able to feel this. It increases your personal sharpness, my gorgeous Taurinis, but at the same time, you are just able to go beyond, way beyond with your being, with your spiritual being. So once you go way beyond, there's just so much that is waiting for you, because you just kind of give to your spirit that chance to go on the next level. So this is why this is so important. But on another hand, also when it comes to adjustment, readjustment, and cutting something out, it's so important to see where this energy blockage can be when it comes to things like addictions, you know. So if you're maybe, for example, like a smoking, cut it out, baby, you know, if you possibly can, like just work on it to kind of stop smoking if you possibly can. That would be fantastic. If you're drinking lots of alcohol, maybe you can cut down. If you're doing certain things that you shouldn't do, you know, like when it comes to certain substances, you know, God forbidden, maybe you should just like kind of like stop doing it, you know what I mean? It's just basically, it's a lot to do with addictions and things that we're addicted to. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh my God, with like really bad things like what I've just mentioned, but it could also be like things, you know, like maybe like too much sugar, that creates a certain addiction. Maybe too much coffee, that creates a certain addiction. Maybe too much sweets, that creates a certain addiction. So it's basically just to work on those elements of your life. Try to reflect and see on what addictions you can actually pay attention to, and most importantly, to try to remove them from your life. This is very important, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed, because now with this vibrant energy, I mean, this week is starting on the 17th of May and it's going to end on the 23rd of May. So 17, it's a very powerful number when it also comes through to your personal rebirth, when it comes to your personal transformation. So this is just going to boost you so much. So in those parts and elements of your life that you wouldn't normally have a courage to do this and to go for it, just most certainly go. The reason why I talk so much about like something that could be addiction, it's it's pure, and it could be just a sugar, for example, but it's purely because it is just going to release this energy blockage that you have. And once that's released, you know, it's just going to reflect on you so beautifully, and it's going to make you feel so much better energetically, and your eyes are going to be wide open as well around the certain situations and things in your life that your eyes wouldn't be normally open around. So this is why this is so important. On another hand, what else you're going to have, my gorgeous Taurinis, my gorgeous Taurus, is the actual justice. You are going to have a moment of justice this week, and this is brilliant. And it goes two ways. You're going to hear about the situation, and this is going to mean to you so much. Very personal to you, very important to you, and very significant to you when it comes to that particular justice. So something is coming that you have been waiting for, and it's most certainly going to put a big smile on your face. At the same time, what I said, it goes both ways, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. It goes both ways, because you are going to hear about the justice, about your personal life, for example, but also at the same time, if you do want to kind of start things like when it comes to your own justice, and if you want to start certain processes and things like that, most certainly this week it's going to be the greatest time ever, because you are going to be benefiting from the energy that you wouldn't benefit from normally. So it's like, you see, when it comes to justice, you know, it just basically goes both ways. On another hand, my gorgeous Taurinis, when it comes to the actual justice, again, when you become aware of this moment, you know, this week, you also need to understand that at around the same time, there is something going to be there for you. At around that moment in time, not that long after, there is some kind of advice that is going to come to you. Some kind of advice, you know, it is not necessarily that you're going to be told this like kind of directly, but it's just you're going to gather an important advice out of it. And this is going to also help you so much to move on with a certain aspects of your life as well. And this is going to happen at the moment in time, and not that long after you become aware of that justice. On another hand, you know, I can see that you're going to be really also kind of wondering something this week. Oh my God, shall I do it? Shall I know? Shall I do it? Like some kind of situation with to do with when it comes to your life, and when it comes to your finances and things like that, and the personal financial security, pretty much. So this is connected to this part of life, you know. And it's like basically you have to trust yourself so much, because your intuition is going to be very strong. And I can see that you're going to be wondering, oh my God, should I do this? Like, you know, you're going to be wondering, but your own intuition is going to tell you the exact answer. It's going to come to you. You have to trust your own intuition. Please remember this. And if you're confused about something, you know what? Use the power of dreams. Use the power of astral projection. Use the power of the night. Use the power of sleep, you know. Before you go to sleep, just ask a certain question, and you know, your mind is working like there is no tomorrow while you're sleeping. So you may as well get an important answer in the morning. And the way the answer is going to happen to you is just basically, you know, you open your eyes, and then at that moment in time you feel very strongly towards the specific part and area in your life. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. So now, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm going to shuffle these cards, oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your oracle card for this week as well. Okay. Emerging into grace. You see this, my gorgeous Taurinis? This is your oracle card, and it's saying emerging into grace and open your soul to grace. Open your soul to grace. So this is pretty much so to do with you exploring as much as you can. You must not ignore the specific part of you which is becoming very open, which is becoming rather ready to explore certain parts of your life. There is something in your mind so much been on like for a long time, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed, but it's to do with you being daring, adventurous, but most importantly it's about exploring. So this also means if there is some kind of moment comes to you like this week, like, oh, I want to try this, I want to try that, do not ignore it. No, baby, no. You just need to go for it. As simple as that, because now you are finding yourself on a very interesting path, and this is just like a domino, really. One thing is going to follow after another, but you just have to pay attention to your feelings, emotions, and how you feel. Okay? So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini, my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Gemini. You know what? This is going to be the time, this week you are going to have something back, something very important, you know, and this is going to mean to you so much. Something is going to be back this week. Something is going to change this week. Something is going to influence you. Something is going to have such a strong impact, but this is nothing like, oh yeah, baby, just out of the blue. No, baby, no. But this is going to start from the first moment, from the first day this week, which is the actual 17th. Now, the 17th is a very powerful number, and it's a very angelic number. It's a very spiritual number, connected to your spirit guides, to your guardian angels, to your angels, you know, to the spirit world. But at the same time, it really increases your attention, it increases your concentration, but it's also at the same time, it just puts you so much closer towards the path that you should be on. You know, this is significant, but also at the same time, it's going to be quite important eye-opener, my gorgeous Gemini. You are gonna feel very proud of yourself, and you should feel very proud of yourself. You should feel proud of things that you have done in your life. You should feel proud about things that you have achieved in your life. You know, you should feel proud of yourself. Maybe you didn't give enough credit to yourself, so most certainly now is the time to, you know, just take one step at a time, to slow down a little bit, you know, to slow the pace indeed. But you are going to find this very important when it comes to you. Now, you know, there is going to be some kind of opportunity that you are going to have this week as well, and this is pretty much so to do with your financial situation, to do with your personal security, to do with your personal power, but also when it comes to future planning, this is going to be like ooh la la moment that you are going to have. It looks like that there is some kind of idea that you will have this week, and this idea is going to be mind-blowing as well, because it's going to help you, you know, to realize that a certain part of your life slowly came to an end. So you need to kind of make a little adjustment, because now it's just kind of starting to drag a little bit, and it's just kind of like a draining your energy. So this is what it happens when something comes to karmically to an end. It's just dragging and dragging and dragging, and it's kind of like a draining your energy. But of course, it's up to you, only on you, my gorgeous Gemini, when you're gonna realize and when you're gonna see this and what this actually is. So it's also to do with a little bit of sacrifice that you're gonna become aware of, that you're not gonna need to make this week, but this week you're gonna become aware of the certain sacrifice that you need to make in order to move on with your life. Very important, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed. Just don't forget that I said that there is an opportunity, important opportunity that you're gonna have. I really like it, and the opportunity that I'm talking about, it's to do with like something that you have been waiting for, but then again, it's to do with your future planning, with your finances, and with an opportunity that it's going to kind of just come literally out of the blue, but it's gonna become rather attractive indeed. But you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this indeed. And you know, you're gonna realize that something, like when I say that, you know, you're gonna realize that something came to an end. This is an important time, because I think that it's going to kind of affect you a little bit, like, oh my God, you know. But then again, you need to understand that you need to go through this, you know, you need to go through this slightly little bit of like a darkish, you know, fog, you know. But then again, after the darkish fog, after the dark sky, you know, there is going to be the gorgeous little sunshine. You know, after the rain, there is a beautiful sunshine. This is nothing that is just going to be completely mind-blowing, but at the same time, it just looks like you're just going to kind of like just kind of come to terms with something that slowly came to an end. This is important, and it's only going to make you stronger, and this is going to begin the process of transformation. So this is absolutely super significant time for you, my gorgeous Gemini, because at the same time, you're actually going to release yourself. Somebody, you know, around you really need your help. Somebody this week around you is going to need your help. Please try to see who this is. Somebody is struggling and is going through something rather dark, something rather uneasy, but you have got the right answer. You need to kind of see who this is. This is somebody who's very important to you, somebody who means to you so much, but also somebody who every now and then leaves a little bit of bitter taste in your your mouth. So it means that maybe somebody who you kind of have a conflict every now and then with, or you just don't kind of understand each other as such. It's important to kind of go over any grudges that you possibly can when it comes to this. You need to go over it, because somebody will need your help, and if you can see who this is, it will be absolutely remarkable. So now, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. My gorgeous Gemmy. Starting fresh. Ooh la la, look at this little baby here. Starting fresh, my gorgeous Gemini. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in your life. A wonderful new beginning is about to blossom in your life. I mean, how beautiful this is, how remarkable this is, and how wonderful this is. So just don't forget about that transformation, that butterfly moment that you're going to have. You are going to have a butterfly moment, and this is by the end of this week. You see, you're going to become aware exactly of what part and what aspects of your life you need to start fresh. It's just something that you have been kind of thinking about, but you weren't kind of too sure. So most certainly now this is going to become obvious. Pay attention to inspiration, pay attention to what's calling you, pay attention to what's significant to you throughout the week, pay attention to what is kind of gets you going, what just raises your vibration instantly. Very important, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini, my gorgeous Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini. I love you so much, but you are going to have such a power of like a connection and a subconscious mind. It's going to be like all around the place, because your intuition will be very, very strong indeed. And your intuition will be a strong reflection of things that have been slowing you down and bothering you over the last 2 months in particular. So something is just simply going to come to you, and it's going to happen one evening as well, in between the 17th and the 23rd of May 2021. One evening, there is going to be a very strong connection with you and the spirit world, and something that the night is going to seem very strong, very dark, very unusual. But this is also the sign that you are part of the slightly different dimension, my gorgeous Cancerini, because something is going to feel like a different dimension, literally. But that at the same time, when we are going through this weirdness, when we are going through this bizarre feelings, and we know that something is quite unusual and different, but then at the same time, this is when your personal energy increases, when it comes to your psychic feelings, when it comes to your psychic moments, when it comes to your third psychic eye, when it comes to your intuition. So every single time when you, oh my God, it's a little bit weird, you're just remember that you are tapping into something different, tapping into something bizarre, tapping into something weird. That's exactly what is going to happen here. And that, to specify for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be the time when you will know that your personal kind of intuition is going to be like, oh my God, and then suddenly, just out of the blue, within the next couple of days, or even at that moment in time, it's just going to come to you. You're going to realize something so important. You're going to find out something so important, but this is so personal to you, and it's so significant to you, and you will know exactly what to do about the very dark and the negative part of your life. Very dark and the negative part of your life that was pretty much so kind of draining your energy as well, but also it's accurate, like it's around a certain problem, around a specific area of your life that was like creating lots of darkness and negativity, and very low energy and very low vibration, because the problem was just kind of making you really scared and making you feel really negative, and then you were just left like kind of, oh my God, I'm not too sure what to do. So this is going to bounce back, and this in itself is going to be brilliant for you, because you will know exactly what to do here. This is going to be the game changer when it comes to you, my gorgeous Cancerini, this week as well. Just remember that you are are going to find out something so important, but this is going to be great. It's going to put a really big smile on your face as well, because at that very moment in time, it's just pretty much so going to be like with your own kind of transformation, also like a butterfly moment as well. So this is brilliant. You know, the missing part of your life is just going to slide through, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is so beautiful and it's so important. The missing part of your life is just going to show up as in a form of a little butterfly, very beautifully, and it's just going to really land right in front of you. And once that happens, you know, it's going to be remarkable, because it is just going to bring all sorts of feelings, all sorts of emotions, all sorts of inspiration, all sorts of like a feelings that are going to kind of inspire you. Yeah, let's do this, let's do that. So don't be surprised if you just find yourself like having so much energy to actually do things. So on another hand, there is a very, very powerful idea that you will have, and also at the same time, that idea is not something that you are just going to start and begin this week, but this week you're only going to start kind of thinking about this particular idea, and this is something that is going to be absolutely brilliant and quite big later on. And this idea is also going to require from you to kind of change and stop doing something that you're actually doing, and it's just maybe not kind of benefit you anymore, it's not benefiting you any longer, and maybe the certain wrong turn that you took like within the last 12 months, now you're going to be able to amend this. It's to do with the stopping the certain process and stopping something maybe like a wrong turn. I wouldn't say wrong turn, but this life, it's all about living and learning and amending certain things about the past, you know, like working on certain things in our past that we haven't done maybe right at certain moment in time. So it's all what this life is all about. And by doing this, you know, by going over, we just allow our spirit to grow and go on the next level. Indeed. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. My gorgeous Cancerini, what is going to be an oracle card of the week? Oh, you see, you also have a karmic moment, sharing of yourself. I'm an incredible, generous being. You see this? This is pretty much so. On one hand, there are two specific situations that are going to happen because of this. On one hand, you are going to have a beautiful emotional reward because you have been helping someone so much. Like maybe you didn't even realize this. You know, maybe you didn't even realize how much you were helping to this person. But then again, this is going to become obvious and this is going to mean to you so much. But there is going to be quite beautiful reward that you're going to have. And through this, and it's going to make you feel very emotional and very spiritual. And it's going to almost instantly increase your vibration. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Cancerini, that this is also an important actual week when it comes to, you know, like basically if you see that someone needs a little bit of your help, then most certainly go for it, because I think that someone in particular is going to need a little bit of help, like your own advice, you know, and you will know exactly what to do. Your energy is going to be pretty much needed. So if you can just kind of see who this is, and karmically you are most certainly going to be rewarded for this. I mean, I'm not saying this to you to do it just because, oh yeah, it's going to be karmic reward. No, baby, no. But this is also connected to your own spiritual path. So at the same time, you're just going to allow your spirit to grow even higher. This is very important indeed. So very great week when it comes to karma, and also anything that you can do good. I'm not saying that you're not doing good things, but anything that specifically you notice this week that you can help to someone or something like that, it will be fantastic. It is going to get back to you within the next 7 weeks, and it's going to come back to you drastically, you know, like it's going to be huge, you know, much bigger than it would normally be, because at the same time you are doing at the time when your karma and karmic reward, it's also highlighted. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonie. My gorgeous Leonis, do you know what? You are reaching a rather important stage here. You will make a super powerful decision, super important decision, and this is the first time in a long time that you're going to be able to see the certain benefits, and you are also of the changes, you know, in your life, but also it's the first time after a long time, my gorgeous Leonis, that you're actually, my gorgeous Leos, Leonis, for those of you who don't know that I call Leos Leonis, sorry if you're watching this the first time, my gorgeous Leonis, my gorgeous Leos, it's just the very first time after a long time. It's just what you wanted to happen. It's just what you have been waiting for, like very much so secretly, or waiting for you know, to unfold. Now it's the first time that a huge, massive, like vavavoom change is actually going to take place. Let me help you to understand this. It's what you wanted to happen in a long time, but it's to do with a big change. By the same time, you know, this is the first time that the things are gonna start moving on like there is no tomorrow for you, and you're gonna be so much closer, one enormous giant step closer towards the path that you should be on, because you have been thrown off your path, you know, just slightly, because there was so much happening, very complex in your life, my gorgeous Leonis, over the last year, but especially over the last few months. It has been like, oh my lord. So now this is when things beautifully are going to start changing like there is no tomorrow for you, my gorgeous Leonis. So you are gonna become aware, not only that you're going to become aware of like a big changes, you know, but you're also going to become aware of that big move that you're going to actually make. And this move that you're going to make, it's going to even happen like kind of before this week even starts. So it's so important. That in itself, it's pretty much so to do with a certain discontinuation. There are certain things that you're going to stop. There's certain things that you will not want to do. But then again, this is all an integral part of your spiritual journey when it comes to these particular changes that I've actually said, because this in itself, this week, it's going to bring you huge, massive, enormous confirmation, but also it's pretty much so important in particular with things that you actually do and you don't want to do anymore. And then you're going to find yourself like, why am I doing this if it makes me feel so negative? Why am I doing this if it's making me feel so bad? Why am I doing this if it's draining my energy? Why am I doing this if I decided a long time that I don't want to do it anymore? You see, this is the specific vibration and energy that I'm just talking about. It's going to bring you a massive, enormous eye opener. You see, I had to touch my third psychic eye because I knew it, that intuitively this is going to be very powerful week. I'm not gonna lie to you, my babies, there is a certain devilish person that you're gonna have to deal with. You know, there is some kind of devilish person that you're gonna have to deal with this week, and I need to warn you about that person. You will know exactly who this is, but you're gonna be very clever, and you will know exactly, again, on another hand, what to do. The devilish person, ew, I don't like this person whatsoever, but a devilish person is going to be playing an important role, because, you know, because of that person, the actual negativity is going to be so highlighted, not, you know, not only about that person, but about like specific people around that person as well. But also it's just going to play an important role in you making the certain changes in your life and avoiding things, because through that devilish person you will know exactly what to do in order to protect yourself from such a negative people. So this devilish person is going to be playing an important role, because you will know exactly what to do, and on another hand what to avoid when it comes to like a certain dealings and things like that. Very important indeed. Okay, so maybe perhaps I would kind of try to avoid things like maybe important signatures or important negotiations. If you can avoid it this week, it would be fantastic, you know, and avoid people just this week, really, to have an ultimate protection. But then again, at the same time, it's just basically, you know, it's just to avoid people who are really kind of like who are going to be quite beneficial for your past to actually avoid. So it doesn't really matter. So it's going to work quite beneficial for you indeed. On another hand, you know, this is the first time, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm telling you that you're going to feel the happiness that you didn't feel in a long time. Something very heavy is just going to fall off. Almost if you waited somebody else to kind of give you the green light. I think somebody else also may be kind of involved in it in some way, but almost as if you have been waiting for somebody else to kind of like give you the green light. Yeah, let's do it. yeah, now it's time to go, now it's time to go for it, you know, it's important. However, this is the time when you are going to find yourself being redirected on your path, and I really like it indeed, because I know how much this means to you. I repeat, I know how much this means to you, because you have been waiting for this. You have been waiting for the right moment, for the right time. But by the time we get to this week, you know, even before this week, as I said, you know, there are specific changes that are going to take place, you know, important indeed. So now, when is the time great for the happiness? At the same time, just follow your intuition with things that are very interesting to you in this week, you know, because there is a very important revelation that you are going to have, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed, you see. So now I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card for this particular week. Okie dokie. Oh, accepting, ooh la la, gosh, accepting what it is. And this is going to happen like with a snap of the finger. There is something that you're going to accept, you know, like so quickly. And it's accept and embrace my inner majesty. You see, you, on one hand, you're going to accept something with a snap of the finger. But on another hand, just understand, please, that it's so important to follow your inner feelings, your inner spirituality, your intuition that I've already mentioned. It's just so important to not to ignore things that are making you feel really happy. By you doing things that are making you feel really happy, in particular this week, you know, there's so many answers that you are going to have, but also don't waste this wonderful energy. It's fantastic when it comes to using this energy and project towards those things that we need to do, like work, career, problems, this and that, things that you want to do, you know, because it's just showing you that your intuition, your energy will be very, very strong, your projection will be very strong, and it's working in exactly the same way when it comes to your own manifestation as well. So whatever you do, whatever you think, just try to think positive and try to use like a certain affirmation as well throughout the week. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini. My gorgeous Virgolini, I love you so much. Like, oh my Lord. I think you're in for a little bit of a saucy week indeed. There's something really saucy that is actually going to happen to you, my gorgeous Virgolini. And this is great. It looks like the fun is about to enter your life. I'm not saying that you didn't have a fun, please don't get me wrong, but the work-life balance, it's so important when it comes to our lives. It's so important when it comes to this world. It's so important when it comes to the spiritual journey, because we can kind of find ourselves lost so often when it comes to work and career and things that are bringing us problems. They can become very heavy, and then they can become the focal part of our spiritual journey, and then we are doing things that we need to do, that we have to do, but very often we forget about ourselves, and this has got a tremendous effects on our own energy, on our own well-being, you know. So it's like, you know, it looks like the fun is about to start when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgolini, and I'm so happy for you. It looks like you're about to reconnect pretty much so with the missing part of yourself. There is like, I don't know, it's so difficult to explain, and it's just so deep, but it's just once it happens, and it's literally going to take place right on, you know, from the actual 17th of May until the 23rd of May 2021, but it's actually going to start straight away on the 17th. And number 17, it's a powerful number when it comes to our angels, our spirit guides, our guardian angels, the spirit world, us being connected to our subconscious mind. Like there is no tomorrow, us having so much luck, you know, with things, if I can say like that, doing the right things by responding in the right way. You are gonna like really have a remarkable opportunity, and I'm so happy. I'm really happy. You're gonna have a remarkable opportunity. On one hand, you know, you will kind of not know what to do, because this is gonna be big, it's gonna be very colorful, it's gonna be very complex, it's gonna be very beautiful. But then on another hand, something is just gonna be pushing you, go for it, do it, go for it, do it, you know. But then on another hand, hand, there is the certain person that is actually going to inspire you like so beautifully, like there is no tomorrow. Somebody with a wonderful balance when it comes to work-life balance, but somebody very happy and successful on so many different levels in their lives. Somebody who's very successful like financially, but there's somebody who's also like a spiritually kind of aware of like really important things, like somebody who's like spiritually aware, somebody who's like up tap tap, you know, like really spot on. And this is the person that is going to inspire you at the right moment in the right time. On one hand, you will know exactly what not to do, what to avoid. This is also as important, what not to do and what to avoid. Something is going to be answered to you. Your eyes are going to be open. Your ears are going to be like, hello, my darling. You know, you're going to be able to, you're going to be so perceptive, like in so many different ways. You know, this is really important. So on one hand, you know, you will know what to avoid, but then on another hand, you also you will know what to avoid, and what to kind of like not go towards, you know, which specific path to avoid, for example. But then on another hand, through that person, through this inspiration, you know, there is an important answer that you are going to have as well, which new path is just going to be ready for you. And I'm saying ready because it's something that you wanted to do, something that you wanted to plan, you know, it's just almost immediately going to have a certain shortcut, an important shortcut that you are going to have. And also the power of your personal well-being is just going to give you the necessary, it's going to increase your vibration, and it's going to give you the necessary push in order to make this certain kind of change. Almost like about like 2 or 3 months ago, you will be absolutely no, baby, no. But now this is the power, this is the change, this is the wake-up call, this is the new beginning that I'm talking about. You're about to have an important, super spiritual, super special lotus moment, my gorgeous Virgolini. Indeed, very, very important. And also, you know, this week is going to bring you the superb news when it comes to like things that you have been doing, when it comes to things that you have been working on, when it comes to things that you wanted to achieve. It's going to bring you the superb news, and something that hasn't been changing, something that became very stale and that hasn't been enough changes lately when it comes to your personal success and finances. Most certainly now this is going to be connected to the news that is most certainly going to put a massive smile on your face. You're also going to hear about an important justice. This is going to, oh my god, this is going to be the moment when you're really going to reach the full circle. When it comes to justice, this is to do with you waiting, expecting, being uncertain. This was draining your energy so much because it brought way too much uncertainty. So this justice will be absolutely everything. At the same time, when you hear about this process of justice, you just need to make sure that there is going to be the advice that you are going to get not that long after that. At around that time, you're also going to get a mind-blowing advice, because the energies, your personal energy is going to be increased, and this is going to reflect on things as well. You can expect towards the end of the week, you can expect a really interesting surprise as well, and that surprise is first kind of gonna blow you away, but then on another hand, almost immediately, it's not going to be that long until you get the actual idea. You know, a very, very interesting idea how to go about certain things, what to do, what next step and what direction to take as well. Something is going to be revealed to you, and I absolutely love it. On another hand, you know, very, very significant reconciliation is going to take place, my gorgeous Virgolini. Just remember this, that very important reconciliation is going to take place, and that means that you must not ignore somebody. You must not ignore special people in your life. I'm not saying that you're ignoring special people in your life. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that you must not ignore special people in your life, but in particular one certain person. Maybe you didn't spend enough time with this person, but somebody who you mean to so much is just going to become, this is going to become quite evident as well. But once you make the certain reconnection with this person strong again, then you are really going to to not only find the personal happiness, but it's at the same time you're actually going to find out an important realization. You're going to realize something because you're going to be told something by this person, you know, specifically, and then you're going to realize something very, very important. And at that moment in time, you will know that it's kind of time to move on with a certain part of your life that no longer serve you. But this is important when it comes to you, because this person is somebody very close, like a family member or somebody very close in your life. But it's just that you're going to be told something that you may not like, maybe necessarily straight away. It's not going to kind of make sense. But then, you know, these people are meant to be in our lives. So they, you know, they very often bring us like a kind of very necessary realizations that we may not like what we are told to start with, but then later, you know, it was for the best, really, you know. Making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. You see, your inner light will shine far and wide, so use it wide. And my gorgeous Virgolini, this is such a great sign. You are going to do something like this week that is going to be literally life-changing. Just remember, the movement creates the energy. And just remember this. I need you to remember this. It's very important. The more you do things, the more happy you're gonna be. The more active you are, the more ecstatic you're going to be. The more active you are, the more you're going to increase your personal energy. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. You are going to be surprised how much you're going to achieve and how much you're going to be able to do this week. And also when it comes to manifestation, like ooh la la, any problems, like if you want to negotiate this week, go for it. If you want to sign something important, go for it. If you want to discuss a problem or an issue, go for it. If you're uncertain about something, you want to talk, go for it. There is so much that you're going to be able to do with this absolutely wonderful balance of energy that you're actually having, my gorgeous Virgolini. Indeed, very, very important. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, I love you so much. And of course, this reading is in between the 17th and the 23rd of May 2021. And it's all about, you know, something is slowly going to come to an end. You know, something will slowly come to an end. And it's just basically like you just need to understand that this part of your life, the sooner you realize that it came to an end, and the sooner you realize that you should move on, the more excited, more happier you're going to be, because this week is going to bring you this power of the realization. The balance is going to be absolutely superb, absolutely perfect. And in particular when it comes to this Monday and Tuesday, so when it comes to the 17th and the actual 18th and the 19th of May 2021, these 3 days are going to be very specific when it comes to this particular situation, because, you know, at the same time there is going to be very strong connection when it comes to your past and when it comes to maybe your childhood, and you're not going to be able to tell where this is coming from. But most importantly, it's these feelings and emotions, what they're going to bring you. It is not about specific situations in your childhood or in your past, but it's that pathway that you're going to find yourself on, that is at the same time going to open your eyes and give you the strength and courage to understand things for what they are right now in your current situation when it comes to the problem that is going to arise this week. But most importantly, it's about the actual intuition that is going to arise at that moment in time, and it's also going to help you to you know, or to work on a certain problem and to have the very specific and necessary knowledge that you wouldn't normally have. So something is kind of like an important answer. It's going to come from your past. It's going to bounce back from your past, and that in itself, it's going to give you like vavumish, mind-blowing insight into the situation that is bothering you this week, that you kind of don't know what to do. But then as soon as you kind of work on it, almost immediately it's going to make you feel so much better. But also at the same time, it is just kind of it's going to point you towards one specific thing. So you're going to be pointed towards one specific thing, inspiring, and you know what? It's about an inspiration straight after that. It's about the potential that you wouldn't normally realize. It's about excitement that you wouldn't normally have, but also at the same time it's about, you know, it's intuition, inspiration, excitement. You know, you're gonna find yourself on a new path. And if you have found yourself on that particular stage in the path, you know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, you would be like, no baby, no. But now you're just like, yeah, oh my god, this is amazing. And that's incredible as well. So just pay attention to what is inspiring you, because one inspiration is gonna be like, oh my god. But before that inspiration happens, you are actually going to have the certain situation that is going to arise, and that situation is actually going to really kind of require from you to respond in a certain way. And then, you know, at the same time your eyes are going to be open, and you're going to find yourself like kind of really kind of like a thinking about the specific idea or the specific opportunity and the path in your life. But this is going to inspire you. So anything that makes you feel great, anything that makes you feel good, anything that makes you feel amazing and ecstatic, you should just most certainly go for it. And you know what else is actually going to happen this week? You're going to find out some kind of truth, like, oh my gorgeous Libra, this is so important. You're going to find out some kind of truth, you know, and this is going to really bring so much within you, in terms of realization, in terms of, oh my god, suddenly things are going to make sense, you know. And this truth that you're going to find out is just going to be pretty much so superb when it comes to you trying to kind of like, after that moment in time, you will really want to make an important readjustment in your life. But then at the same time, it's going to be connected to actually you making the actual step into an unknown. And this is the moment that you normally just absolutely wouldn't go for it, but now, you know, there is just something that is going to be guiding you, and that in itself is going to be remarkable. I really want to stress how important this truth is going to be, because this is your personal truth. This is to do with you. This is going to mean to you so much, but most importantly, you will know exactly what to do. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card. Oh, Libra is giving birth. So see, you have got a giving birth, and I'm bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. You see, this is so important. This goes both ways. You know, on one hand, yes, it could be pretty much so to do with fertility. Like, oh my lord, if you want baby, you just normally, of course, you just go for it, because I think this is going to be rather fertile time, because it's number 17. So 17 is very strong as well when it comes to fertility and things like that, also because it's increasing things that we want. But when it comes to like our feelings and emotions, so if you want like a child and be fertile, you know, most certainly this week will be very strong. But on another hand, it's not so much about the actual real baby, really. It's about the spirituality. It's about focus. It's about basically starting something like absolutely vavavoomish, mind-blowing. You're going to start something mind-blowing this week, you know, and it's going to last forever. It's going to change your life. Like, honestly, like there is no tomorrow. So this is the giving birth or a baby in spiritual terms. It's very important because it's something very precious, something very beautiful, something very unique, something that everybody loves, you know, something full of love, full of emotions, but also it's something that needs like constant attention. So this some kind of path that you're going to find yourself on is just also going to really take a lot of energy from you, but this is going to be very good energy indeed. And also in spiritual terms, baby means something so precious, so beautiful, so significant, so powerful. It literally changes your life. So you're going to do something that is going to change your life. You're going to begin something that is going to change your life, and it's just going to last for a long time, and it's going to be changing itself constantly. So this is what this means. So you are going to start something absolutely mind-blowing, which is most certainly going to change your life. Pay attention to things that you want to do that are inspiring you, but also pay attention to things that you need to do in order to expand your personal situation, and then you will see where you're going to find yourself at. Interesting indeed. Okay, now So the next sign that I'm going to do, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Scorpione, my gorgeous Scorpio, my beautiful Scorpione. I love you so much. You know, it just seems like, oh my God, things are going to start slowly getting together, and I really like this. Somebody very important in your life, it's going to be playing a quite significant role. Somebody who knows you really well, or you know, somebody who means to you so much, and vice versa, but a certain particular person is going to be playing an important role, and that person is going to be directly connected for your own waking up, for your own wake-up call. I'm not saying that you're sleeping or anything like that, please don't get me wrong, but I'm saying that specific person is going to be directly responsible for you opening your eyes. But it goes way beyond that. Once your eyes are open, you're going to almost instantly connect to your passion. You need to connect to your passion. You need to stop ignoring yourself. You need to stop ignoring your intuition. You need to stop ignoring those things that are pretty much so screaming inside you that they want to come out. You see, there's a certain part of yourself, the certain element of yourself that you have hidden for a while. In particular, when it comes to the last 11 months, this was very, very tense indeed. So this is all going to make sense to you, because now it's time for this particular part of yourself to come out, most certainly, because your eyes are going to be open, and once your eyes are open, they're going to connect you with a passion. And I say this, it's things that you want to do. This is going to rejuvenate you. This is going to re-energize you, and it's going to mean to you so much. You're going to feel the vibration and energy that you didn't feel in a long time, and that in itself is going to be like a vavumish moment in time. There is a very specific dream that you are going to have, and that dream is going to be so strange and so bizarre. There is something going to be so unusual, but then again, you will see that that dream is also going to have the specific elements of things that you have been thinking about, and then there is going to be like quite interesting realization that you are going to have out of it. However, this is all going to lead you towards the specific point, towards the specific journey. It's very important to mention as well that you are actually going to have pretty much so an important day also when you're gonna hear this news about your own accomplishment. It's just something that is gonna mean to you so much. Yeah, baby, it's gonna come with a little tiny element of surprise, but this is just part of all this wonderful spiritual journey that you're gonna find yourself at. But most importantly, it's about the accomplishment. Something great is going to happen, something really good is going to happen to you, and something that you have been kind of doing before and paying attention to, something that you have been trying to achieve. And this is going to be remarkable as well, because it means to you so much, which is most certainly going to confuse you a little bit, but in the best possible way. And it's almost immediately going to give you the bit of a hermit moment. So the hermit moment, you know, when I say about hermit moment, where is it? There it is. Little hermit moment you are going to have, my gorgeous Scorpione, indeed. And it's all about a very powerful moment in time. It's all about your vibration being like very strong and very powerful, but it's so strong and powerful that it goes like way beyond, and your subconscious mind takes over. And once that happens, you just find yourself in this amazing, enormous, powerful, strong, unique, significant spiritual bubble. And then when you find yourself in this spiritual bubble, everything is like a bit of a slightly different dimension. You feel different, you feel weird. I love this type of things, of course, but then at the same time, this just kind of like really connect you and reconnect you with your superpowers. And this is exactly what is going to happen. You're going to be reconnected with your superpowers, and this is going to confirm something to you. What you are, something is going to come to the surface, but at the same time, what you are in self-denial about as well. You need to remember that slowly but surely, you need to be smart, you need to be clever, and at the same time, you must not rush into anything and be rather analytical, because this hermit moment is going to reveal to you something, but it's not kind of like it's more like kind of how you go on about a certain thing. You need to turn into a little kitty. You know, cats are very smart, very clever, very intelligent, very beautiful. You know, they're very specific when it comes to dealing with certain things in their lives, because they're very special, very mysterious. And this is exactly what is going to happen to you. You're about to enter something very mysterious, but then at the same time, it's going to remind you also this week, by the end of the week, to pay attention to work-life balance. Very, very important. The more you reward yourself this week personally, the better you are going to feel the week after that, and that week as well. But the more you reward yourself personally, kind of the more energy you're going to have. This is how it's going to work, because you just need to kind of work on a little energy blockage when it comes to like really giving to yourself the best. I'm not saying that you're not giving yourself the best, but I'm just saying that primarily try to just kind of like focus on this week just for yourself, and do as much as you can things that you always wanted to do. Just remember that this spiritual journey that we are all on, that we are sharing on this earth, you know, it's just, you know, we are 10, we are 20, we are 30, we are 40, we are 50, we are 60, we are 70, we are 80, we are 90. What am I trying to say? That their life goes like this, you know. There is somebody who's 20 and somebody who's 90, and they can have exactly the same sharpness in their mind, you know. But I'm just trying to explain that, you know, how this life goes really quickly. So it has got this importance of this as well. You are going to be very lucky when it comes to the actual personal success. Also when it comes to work, career and finances. Any ideas, my gorgeous Scorpioni, that you could have, like when it comes to you bettering your life, you know, even if you're retired, for example, it's just, yeah, basically any ideas that you could have about your current situation, or about the next step, and about the future planning. Any ideas that you might have this week that may be a little bit weird or strange, you should most certainly go for it. One more thing I'm going to say, not one more thing, but a couple of more things. An important commitment. Pay attention to what this commitment is. There is some kind of commitment that you need to work on. Very, very important commitment, my gorgeous Scorpioni, that you actually need to work on. So this is some kind of commitment that is also at the same time going to be so beneficial for your own spirituality and for your own happiness as well. You need to work on a certain commitment, you know, very important, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. Dun, dun, done. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpioni, what is going to be your oracle card of the week? Okie dokie. And bam ba-da-da-da-dum, bam bam dun da-da-da-da-da, dun 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 da-da-da-da, dun da-da-da-da, dun da-da-da-da-dum. Dun, da, 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 da. You see this baby here, embracing the future. It just goes so beautifully and so wonderfully, you know, with everything that I said. It's about embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. You are about to step into the future with an open heart. You are really going to have a moment of confusion. Just remember, when you find yourself having a moment of confusion, just release that energy away from yourself. No, baby, no, because you're so deep, and sometimes you just love torturing yourself. I get you, because my ascendant is Scorpioni, so I get you so much. But then at the same time, I just need you to remember that, you know, there is going to be like the situation where you will know it's to do with your future, but something is going to be stopping you and blocking you. But at the same time, you know, just be very open-minded. There is a certain clarity that you're going to have at around the same time, and that clarity is going to be very beneficial for you at the same time. Just remember that this is all about the future and about an important future plan that you're actually going to make. And any future that you focus on, or any kind of future planning, you know, your mind will be able to take on so much more than what you would normally be able to take on, in terms of going so much further than you would normally go. So this is what the power of number 17 is going to bring. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini. Ooh la la, Sagittarini, this is the week of change. Not only this number 17 is going to reflect on you like a big mama, like there is no tomorrow. You know, this is number 17. It's one of the most powerful numbers. And, you know, you should really believe in this, because it is just going to work for you even better, because if you believe in this so strongly, then things are going to be amplified and enlightened, you know, for you, enhanced, you know, on your path throughout this actual week. Indeed, this is very important. Number 17, it's going to bring you very deep and strong connection with your spirits, with your spirituality, with your guardian angels, you know, with your spirit guides, whoever you actually connect yourself to. This is important. There is a very interesting thing that is also going to take place, like something is just going to fall off, or something is just like kind of light is maybe going to flick, you know, or maybe you will smell some kind of unusual smell, and maybe somebody who used to be alive in your life, like, and now it's in the spirit world, you smell it and you can just like kind of like, oh, like the perfume that my dad used to wear, or something. Do you know what I mean? Like something like that, like somebody who was in the spirit world. Or maybe you will kind of like smell the food that they used to cook, some kind of like a you know, connection with the spirit world you're going to have. But it's going to happen, of course, when you least expected, and it's going to be weird and bizarre, but at the same time there is going to be a very strong indication that you need to pay attention to the certain part of your life, because something is not adding up, something doesn't make sense, something is like really doesn't make sense. And when that happens, you will know what part of your life you need to explore, what doesn't make sense to you, why that doesn't make sense to you, what you should do. Have you done something wrong? Oh no, baby, no, it's not about you doing something wrong, but it's just you going around the certain things in your life in a specific way, you know, instead of like letting the energy to drain everything out of you, you know. So it's very important realization that you are going to have. Almost it's going to be leading to your own mind-blowing, like a personal advice, but most certainly that moment when you're kind of aware of some kind of a spirit, you know, you just need to kind of really realize what was on your mind at that moment in time. But also it doesn't have to be necessarily what was on your mind at that moment in time. What problem are you thinking about? What problem is bringing you down? What is slowing you down? What is making you feel uneasy, you know? So that, but also it's of course what was on your mind at that moment in time. It's going to be like a really enlightening moment that you're going to have, but also very powerful confirmation. Your eyes are going to be opened, you know, and you will know exactly what to do in order to move on with your life, but also in order to speed up an important process. This is about speeding up an important process, the path that you have found yourself at, but also allowing all sorts of possibilities and opportunities to come into your life, you know, by actually kind of making the certain readjustments, you know, and making, you know, things like that, like a certain readjustments, certain edits, you know, in our lives, in your life. On another hand, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are actually going to really have such a mind-blowing inspiration, and this is going to be really exciting. It's not only about, oh yeah, having an inspiration, you know, yeah, you know, it just sounds like, oh yeah, you're gonna have an inspiration. No, baby, no. I'm talking about having an inspiration, but at the same time having this strong power in order to take things like on so much like a huge, massive, enormous, like big mama level, big mama level. You know, no, it's important. So pay attention to inspiration, and the inspiration is gonna be mind-blowing. It's gonna be like, oh my god, but it's to do with things that you are doing, it's to do with things that you are making, it's to do with things that you are creating, it's to do with things that you are trying to achieve, but it's also to do with you kind of like moving on with your life and stepping into the right direction. Pretty much so, the moment in time you feel like so uncertain, This week, at around the midweek, towards the end of the week, the witch Sashita is telling you, the witch Sasha is telling you. No, from the midweek towards the end of the week, you're actually going to have a really, like, oh my God, you're really going to kind of doubt yourself. Like, you're really going to kind of find yourself like on a certain crossroads. Like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. You're going to find yourself on a certain crossroads, you know, and this is very important because, you know, you are going to have such a powerful moment when it comes to a significant answer, when it comes to this crossroads, you know, you are going to really kind of like going to find this quite heavy, and it's just kind of going to make you feel so uncertain. You will know what to do, but at the same time, the specific truth that you're going to become aware of, it's also going to highlight the way for you, highlight the path for you, what you should follow. You're going to find out something that you're not going to believe, but then at the same time, this is again part of your process and the spiritual journey that is only going to make you stronger. Important, okay? On another hand, you know, you are going to have the moment of empowerment. This is so great. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarius, it's all about you having this mind-blowing empowerment. This week, it's going to bring you the empowerment you didn't feel in a long time. At the same time, it's going to put a big smile on your face, but also it's just about the return of the energies that you were missing in your life for a while. It's going to be very warm, very significant, but it's most certainly going to be rather rejuvenating. And this is the time when you pay attention to all sorts of ideas, and also this is the time to actually deal and work on the problems and situations that we are kind of don't know what to do about, especially when they're connected to people who we don't want to talk to, you see. So now I'm just going to shuffle this oracle cards, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Sagittarini, para pa para pa, tu 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 tu. My gorgeous Sagittarini, that was my little song for you. Oops, that one just like communicating freely. Surprise, I communicate from the depths of my being. Communicate like as much as you can. Express yourself as much as you can. You're going to have a power of word. You're going to have a power of communication. Oh my Lord. Try to really like talk as much as you can. Communicate as much as you can. Express yourself as much as you can. Make yourself known as much as you can. Be everywhere you can possibly be. Do everything you can possibly do. You will surprise yourself with the amount of energy that you're going to have, but also at the same time you're going to surprise yourself how much you are going to actually achieve. The more you communicate clearly, the more you open up yourself, but at the same time the more you communicate, the more you're raising your vibration as well at the same time, which ultimately makes you very strong and very courageous to deal with things that you wouldn't normally kind of know how to deal with. Very important, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. So now the next sign, okay, just here. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Capricornius. You know, this is brilliant because the problem that you kind of didn't know what to do about, especially when it comes to uncertainty, but pretty much so to do with doing the right decision when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your financial situation, when it comes to your financial health, is coming to an end. Enormous news. You're going to have a remarkable news, a very, very important news, and that in itself, it's not going to be like kind of, oh my God, but to you this is going to mean so much. To you this is going to be so important because you will know that it's now it's time to go to the next level. And also the uncertainty, you know, the situation that you were so wondering about, you were so uncertain, you know, you didn't know what to do, you know, most certainly it's going to be answered here. And I'm talking about the things specifically that have been slowing you down over the last 7 months, my gorgeous Capricornius. Indeed, so there is going to be a very important and huge answer that you're actually going to have. Do you know what? It's just the advice. This is so important. My gorgeous Coco just got up, of course, when I'm doing reading for Capricornius, but it's the advice. Listen to me. You are going to get a life-changing, mind-blowing advice this week. This is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be remarkable because it's going to open your eye. First of all, it's going to surprise you. It's going to shock you. It's not going to make sense. But then again, it's not going to surprise you as such, but most importantly, it's going to open your eyes. This advice is going to be absolutely everything because it's at the same time going to be connected to an important actual idea that you are going to have towards the end of the week. So this is the power of this situation that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. And it's pretty much so to do with the advice that I said, that there's two specific things going to be connected to this. But on another hand, most certainly you will know, like kind of like once you take this advice, this what you're gonna kind of get out of this situation, you will just kind of like do the certain, go on the certain stage. You will kind of like do something, and it's just going to speed up the process like there is no tomorrow. I see such a wonderful jump here, wonderful little bunny, wonderful little rabbit. And in the spiritual terms, my gorgeous Capricornius, rabbits are remarkable. They're very cute. They're very like kind of like fast. They're very significant. They're very pretty. They're very kind of like interesting animals. But most importantly, and above all, they're beautiful. They have a beautiful fur. But most importantly is the jump. It signifies the actual jump. So my lord, you know, when it comes to you, you've got like a rabbit here, and it's a very powerful spiritual symbolic meaning that the certain situation that was very slow is just going to change so quickly, so rapidly, like oh my god. And that is going to have such a benefit situation in so many different aspects of your life, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. So this is just so important. And also on another hand, you know, it's just something that, you know, it's pretty much going to surprise you, but then again, it's not going to completely surprise you because, you know, this is the time when you're actually going to start beautifully spreading your wings. You are going to spread your wings and at around the mid this week, you know. So this is for the weekend between the 7th and the 23rd of May 2021. At around the midweek, you will be tested. And what you need to do, the way you're going to be tested, you just need to put your foot down when like the situation that is just kind of going to be testing you, and you will know what to do. You're going to find it quite challenging, but the answer to that challenge is not going to be like to be abrupt or negative or anything like that. No baby, no. You just need to kind of like really rise above the situation. So most certainly it will be the right thing to do, because if you kind of like become negative and go low, then this is going to get back to you, and it's just going to kind of come back like 5, 6, 7 months later, and it's just going to give you another opportunity to work on that part of your life that created the spiritual knot. So you need to work on it now. It's very important, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. But there is the situation that you will be facing, what I said, the midweek in between the 17th and the 23rd of May. And you are just going to require from you to kind of put your foot down, not in terms of like, yeah, argue or anything like that. No, baby, no. But I'm just saying in a term of like basically you need to do what you want to do. You need to do what you think is the right thing to do. This is very important. Okay, so you rise above the situation when you're tested, but at the same time, this is going to require from you to listen to your mind, to listen to your specific journey. Do not let anyone to cloud certain things around you, because you are going to come across a slightly devilish person this week as well. But this devilish person is not going to be somebody who kind of like surprise you. It's something and someone that you're kind of well aware of. But then at the same time, just the realization that you're going to come out of it is going to be brilliant, because that devilish person is going to be primarily responsible as well at the end of the week, roughly, like what when you make like a kind of really necessary adjustment, and perhaps like a little sacrifice in a form of the actual readjustment in your life. But just remember that the midweek, sorry, I know that I'm going on and on, but it's just sometimes the certain specific situations when it comes to the certain signs are very complex indeed, and it's pretty much so depends on your personal situation. But as I said, this midweek, you just need to kind of put your foot down by listen, and I mean this, to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is going to open your eyes, and it's going to open your eyes again, and it's going to open your eyes again. You only win in this world when you follow your own path, follow your spiritual journey. Do not let any negativity to kind of like cloud your mind. It's very, very important indeed. On another hand, you know, it is the week of transformation. It is a powerful and very important week of transformation that you are going to have, which means that there is also going to be quite a bizarre situation you will be facing. But then at the same time, this is the part of your transformation. The weirdest thing that happens to you this week, you will know that the transformation is going to be followed. And once the transformation starts, once your personal transformation starts, you are going to find out something very specific about yourself, which is going to surprise you, what you want to do. But then again, at the same time, you just have to trust yourself. And also, it's your own path to happiness, which is very, very important. And it's pretty much so to do with your specific life journey indeed. Okay, so this is to do, you're gonna find out something so important by the end of the week, like something that was missing in your life. This is going to be so significant, my gorgeous Capricornians. Something that was missing in your life, it's going to become absolutely significant, so obvious. It's basically to do with this. You will see something, and what you're going to see, it's going to open up so many pathways within yourself. It's like almost like a personal experience, but most certainly it's an important part of you that you need to pay attention, you need to work on, and you need to take on the next level indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians. What is going to be an oracle card of the week? Oh, bam, ba-da-da-da-da-da. The wrong song. Capricornius. 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 Capricornius, pam, 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 Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. Sorry, this is basically healing the past. Look, this is really important. I step into my future with strength and clarity. Like, oh my Lord. You see, when you find yourself, on one hand, you will have a really quite interesting information this week, and the answer to that information, what to do next, it's going to be somewhere in your past. You will know what to do. It's not going to be in your past. By connected to your past, you will find yourself in these specific pathways when you will kind of like have your eyes open in a specific way. But on another hand, just remember that there is going to be a very important decision that you're going to make, you know, and the decision that you're going to make, it's pretty much so to do with your future planning, but you're going to be so uncertain, like, you know. But just remember to step into your future with strength and clarity, because it's something that you want to do, something that you always wanted to do, but do not leave it aside, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it in like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, you know, I'm going to do it next year. No, baby, no. It's to do this with something that is going to bring a remarkable progress into your life, but it's also at the same time going to make you feel like, oh no, I'm not too sure to going towards my future. This is pretty much so to do with your finances, financial situation, doing the right decision when it comes to new beginning, planning, future planning, and things like that. But there are going to be elements of like, no, I'm not ready yet. No, baby, no. Just go for it. You will sail through like there is no tomorrow. Okay, so now the next sign that, oh la la, the next sign that I'm talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquarius, Aquamarini. Okay, so my gorgeous Aquarius now, like, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I'm singing hallelujah, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because it is a hallelujah moment indeed. You have been waiting for this for like about 13 months, you know. There is something going to happen to you, something so great and so important, and it's to do with aspects of waiting, you kind of being very keen for something to happen, something to unfold, you know, and you have been very kind of like patient, bless your heart, but then at the same time you have been quite like, oh my god, anxious about it so much. I mean, it took 13 months. This is going to start an important stage when the new portal is about to open, but at the same time it's going to give it the necessary strength and necessary power to actually really see the certain situation for exactly what it is that you didn't realize before, but you had some kind of ideas, and that in itself is going to open your eyes, and it's going to bring a giant candle on your oops, that's my little microphone here. It's going to bring like a giant candle when it comes to your path, and once that giant candle is there, like, oh my lord, there is so much that you're going to be able to notice in this dark cave, the darkest cave that you've been through, because the Aquamarinis, my gorgeous babies, you have been through so much. So let me tell you, something very bad, very negative, very kind of dark and very uncertain, very uneasy, a very negative part of your life is slowly coming to an end. I don't know if you even realize how much energy this actually drained from you, but this in itself is just going to give you confidence. It's going to give you power. It's going to reflect on your self-esteem, because what you have been lying to and denying to yourself that maybe came to an end when it comes to your life, now it's going to be absolutely highlighted. Even if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, I really hope you do, but even if you don't know, by the time you get to the actual 17th of May, which is the first day of this week, you will know that the things are just going to flip over like in the best possible way, you see. And that in itself, it's remarkable, because it's just to do with the process and the beginning of your personal transformation. The reason why number 17 is very important when this week starts is because it's one of the powerful numbers that there is. It's to do with inspiration, it's to do with realization, it's to do with an excitement, it's to do with the spirits, it's to do with the spirit guides. Most importantly, it's to do with our angels, our guardian angels, our spirit guides, the spirit world, but at the same time the power of sailing through, you know, things through the things in our lives that we're so uncertain about, by being guided by these beautiful spiritual beings around us at the same time, but without us even realizing. Number 17 is also a very powerful number when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to an important beginning, when it comes to have the strength to deal with a situation that you did not realize how maybe heavy it became and how much it's actually draining from you. This is going to bring a mind-blowing wake-up call, and it's going to highlight those parts of your life that you are very unhappy about, because you have been maybe doing things that you didn't want to do, and you have actually been thrown out of the balance, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to the last last 6 or 7 months. You know, you have been thrown out of the balance, and this is the energy and the vibration that I'm talking about, because something or someone had a specific had a specific influence or impact on you that was just like kind of clouding your journey so much. This could be like the specific person, but it could also be like the specific situation. Maybe you're going somewhere like on a daily or weekly basis, maybe your work or whatever you do on daily or weekly basis is not really that great for you, because you just simply need to move on, because you have been kind of doing things that you don't normally do over the last 6 or 7 months, and maybe you've lost yourself in a little bit of darkness, and you just need to kind of get back now. And now this is the time when you are going to be back, because if you carry on being uncertain about things that you should be certain about, then you're just going to prolong your misery. I shouldn't say misery, what a horrible word, but I'm just trying to reflect on those things that that are really draining your energy still without you even realizing. So this is very important. So it could be to do with a certain person, but it could be to do with a certain specific situation, something rather toxic around you, within you, that you simply need to move on from. This week is going to bring you the actual transformation. Do you know what I really like? Because you've got a number 13. Do you know number 13 in Tarot? You see this here. Aquarius. You see here, my gorgeous Aquamarini, is the Death, and this is a great card. Transformation, new beginning, new start, finally moving on, finally moving forward, finally realizing and seeing things for what they are, but also about yourself as well. You kind of need to snap out some kind of like a spell almost, you know, you need to snap out of someone and something, and this week it's going to be superb when it comes to you realizing what this is, because this is going to bring you one of the most important, magnificent, huge, giant adjustments in your life, which is going to lead towards the ultimate change, but it's also going to bring you healing like there is no tomorrow. This is the week when you come back to yourself, my gorgeous Aquamarini. I know it sounds like pretty, oh my lord, but then again, it's just going to have such an amazing impact and influence on you, but also people around you who are so important to you, because at the same time, you're going to see happiness where you didn't see. You're going to see excitement where you didn't see excitement. You're going to feel attracted towards things that you haven't been attracted towards. So this is something that I'm talking about. You're in for the huge rebirth, transformation. And this is going to reflect on you, giving you the courage and power to see things for what they are. You're going to grow beautiful little wings, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's most certainly time to fly. Okay, very, very important. So it's to do with a certain adjustment that you need to make, a little sacrifice that you're going to need to make, but this is all to make your life better. This is all to make your life more important and more excited. On another hand, you know, your intuition is going to be like, oh my, do you know what? Let me tell you that your intuition is going to play a giant, enormous, huge, massive, like ooh la la, big mama role. Your intuition is going to be super important. You're always intuitive. Indeed, of course you are. But your intuition, just without even realizing, without even thinking, without even planning, without even focusing, without even like kind of like, oh my God, what should I do? No, baby, no. Your intuition is going to come up and it's going to slap you in your face beautifully when you least expect it. So maybe you will be trying to kind of fall asleep, and it's in between sleep and dream. You know, we get that lucid dreaming moment when you're like, oh my God, you have that power to drift, you know, so much further. So therefore you understand so much that you wouldn't normally understand, you know. Or it's going to happen when you're meditating, when you are like maybe grounding yourself. Something is going to come to you when you don't plan, when you least expect it, and it's going to like kind of, oh my God, it's to do with your own life purpose as well. What is your life purpose? You're going to feel so strongly about something like, oh my God. So it's not only about like following like what situations and people could be toxic in our lives, but at the same time it's about what this week is going to lead to and lead towards. When it comes to your own life purpose, you are going to have such a huge, enormous, giant moment. Okay, you will know exactly what to do when it comes to your life purpose. This is going to be such a highlighted moment, you know, enlightenment, you know, like there is no tomorrow. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Okay, what is going to be oracle card of the week? Oh la la! Also the same, healing the past. Don't let your past get you. There is going to be the moment where you gonna kind of please try to see where this is, because it's draining your energy through that little hole, you know, in your spiritual being. It's something to do with your past. Pay attention to who is going to come up to you. from your past. Maybe this is going to be somebody in your mind, and you're going to feel very angry about that person. Try to let it go. Any anger or resentment that you may feel towards something or someone, just try to let it go this week. This is so important, because I know it's easy for me to say, yeah, just forgive and forget no matter what happens. I understand, but it's about you releasing yourself, okay? And you doing something for yourself that's really great when it comes to your spiritual journey. So ultimately this is going to work great for you. So as soon as you feel like very negative about somebody from the past, most certainly move on. On another hand, it's just basically about stepping into the future with strength and clarity. You see this? It's so connected. It's so beautiful. So first of all, I tell you about your actual life purpose, but then again, like I had to put my cards all the way there because like I'm in a jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah. Anyway, so basically it's like a step into my future with strength and clarity. So just remember that you will be thinking about something very important when it comes to your future planning, and at the same time you're not going to be like, oh no, I'm not too sure. No baby, no, just go for it, just go for it, because I'm talking about the clarity here. I'm talking about the strength. I'm talking about the self-esteem, but I'm also talking about the challenging situation which is going to make you feel like you're not ready or you're not prepared. Something is like kind of going to put you off. So this is really important to understand, to actually step in your future with clarity and strength. And this only came up because you're gonna think that you're not ready to step into your future. So this is important indeed. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarini. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. I love you so much, Pisces, and you are going to benefit from this week like there is no tomorrow. You also. And it's basically, as I said, this starts on the 17th of May and it finishes on the 23rd of May 2021. But what I find very, very important when it comes to you and your personal situation, also this is going to reflect on you like there is no tomorrow. Straight on from the actual 17th of May, you are just going to really start feeling things like you didn't feel them for a long time. This is going to re-energize you, and it's also, most importantly, it's going to be like almost like the return of energy, like that, this is going to be absolutely impossible to ignore or impossible not to notice. And on another hand, sometimes, maybe we can be so stuck in our own ways. I'm not saying you're stuck in your own ways. No, baby, no, don't get me wrong. But sometimes the movement create the actual energy. The movement create the energy. The movement create the energy. The movement create the energy, and it's going to raise your vibration to a very high point. So therefore, you're going to find yourself being able to do and achieve so much mentally and spiritually like there is no tomorrow. But what am I trying to say to you, my gorgeous Pisces, is just basically that the 17th of May 2021, even if you feel like really tired when you wake up, listen, this is so important. Even if you feel low, you feel tired, even the 18th and 19th are going to be just as important, but it's going to start on the 17th. But you work with this vibration, you work with this energy to the best of your ability by trusting yourself, by following your intuition, no matter what, baby, no matter what's on your mind, like no matter what's slowing you down, no matter if you feel really drained. I'm trying to say that even if you feel really tired, even if you feel really drained, even if you have the worst hangover, like on the 17th of May, it doesn't matter. Okay, even if you have the worst hangover, it doesn't matter. It's all about making that spiritual knock. This is what I'm trying to say. So once you make that spiritual knock, you do it, but making yourself known, but making that movement that will create the energy, and that energy is going to give you everything that you want and everything that you need. Indeed. So this is what I'm talking about. So if you feel like kind of like re-energized, that's great. Like if you're aware of it, but then you are gonna feel different. Something is going to be different, and you will see exactly what I mean, because it's the powerful number of the 17, one of the most powerful number, connected to your angels, connected to your spirituality, connected to your spirit guides, but connected to your guardian angels. So this is an ultimate, like a big mama Vavavumish week, which is at the same time going to really reflect on your intuition. So like you are a couple of times going to find yourself like doubting doubting certain things, but almost immediately things are going to come to you. So this is the vibration and energy that I'm talking about, that we get from our spirits and the spirit guides, because our subconscious mind is pretty much so connected to all sorts of dimensions that in return just give us signs and guiding us along the way without even realizing. So this is what I'm talking about. Very important, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. So on another hand, my gorgeous Pisces, my beautiful Piscelini, you know, it's just basically two amazing opportunities you will have this week. Two amazing opportunities. So just one more thing, sorry. The 17th, 18th and 19th, if you wake up and feeling really tired, all you need to do is just to make that spiritual knock, what I was talking about. Just step through, go forward, start doing something, throw yourself into the situation, and you will see, you will be sailing through like there is no tomorrow. This is what I'm talking about. Use this energy and vibration to the best of your ability, because it doesn't happen all the time. The 17 number is just going to take over. So use it wisely. At the same time, you know, just ask little questions before you go to sleep. You will get the answer. Like, it's going to be mind-blowing indeed. And also pay attention to signs, pay attention to synchronicities, and most importantly, pay attention to number 333, pay attention to number 777, number 222, and number 111. Any combination of this number repeating, you will know that there is the opportunity slowly, there's the opportunity going to be just behind the corner that you wouldn't normally notice. Not necessarily, but most certainly it wouldn't be as obvious as it's going to be when you use the power of synchronicity, which is at the same time also guiding you, but letting you know, highlighting so much around on your path, but ultimately letting you know that you are doing the right thing, you are making the right, you're doing the right thing, you are on the right path. So this is what I'm talking about. On another hand, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's just basically about you, two amazing opportunities. This is what I said. This is going to be absolutely remarkable. And you know what? You are going to find yourself on a really interesting journey. Like, oh my God, you have got the Fool. Look at this. Oh, this is so important, my gorgeous Piscelini. Look at this. The Fool is probably one of the most, I know it sounds like a fool, you know, Fool, it sounds like really weird, but it's just probably one of the most powerful cards when it comes to tarot as well. But in particular, when it comes to the actual this week for you, this is like, oh my Lord, this is absolutely mind-blowing, because it's about a new beginning. It's about a new opportunity that you are going to have. This is going to bring your strength. This is the part of your karma. This is the part of your spiritual journey. Something is going to happen and you're going to feel so strongly about it. You're going to feel something so powerful in your spirit, in your soul, in your heart. This is very important, these things that I'm talking about, my Lord. By the time you get to the end of the week, my gorgeous Piscelinis, I'm talking about the opportunity with unlimited possibilities. I'm talking about the excitement, enthusiasm, and I'm talking about the need for readjustment in your life as well. But also at the same time, you're going to feel so strongly about this new aspect showing in your life that any problems or any negativities will not really mean much. Things that have been slowing you down before, now they're going to become so insignificant, like there is no tomorrow. And this is what this beautiful card is telling you. New beginning, with unlimited possibilities, new start, you responding to situation in a very spontaneous way, but then again making an absolutely mind-blowingly powerful step into your future, into the future. This is very important because it's at the same time to do with the actual new start. But let me tell you, it's like the whole new adventure. It's actually going to start. There is so much that is going to start happening to you, you know, and it's brilliant. This is about the adventure. This is about you being very daring, very open-minded, you know, but then at the same time, you know, it's about embarking on an adventure. But before you embark on an adventure, you are going to come across the situation that you are going to need to be very daring and very brave. By the same time, you're just going to go for it, and that is going to open up the whole new path for you, open up the whole new portal for you, and it's immediately going to make you feel very, very excited, you know. It's just something is going to return into your life. You know, it's just really, really amazing. Something is going to return into your life, and you're going to find yourself quite planning a lot and thinking a lot, you know, being quite analytical and things like that. You know, this power is very, very important. You can't really describe this power. You can't describe this energy until it happens, and until you see and realize how much you were actually missing it. You know, it's very, very important indeed. You are going to come across a very, very powerful truth. Very powerful truth. This truth is going to open your eyes, but then again, at the same time, it's going to be directly connected to your own empowerment. You know, this week it's going to bring you one of the biggest empowerments of your life, and most certainly it's about the happiness. It's about the happiness that you didn't feel in a while, and that in itself is going to show you who you can trust and who you cannot. Very, very important, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. And let me just tell you, you know what? It's like so significant to tell you this. It's so important to communicate, express yourself as much as you can, throw yourself into as many situations as you possibly can. But also, I need to tell you this, that, you know, the being part of the team will be very important. You know, so if you're working and you're part of the team, that's very important week, like to work and be part of the team, because something wonderful is going to happen. Also, on another hand, when it comes to the actual personal situation, like a home, people around you, there is some kind of problem that is going to rise up, you know, and it's important. It's in between you and the people who mean to you so much, you know, and you're the one who knows the answer. You're the one who knows what to do. You are really much so needed so badly, because your energy is just going to answer so many things here. So some kind of issue is going to rise up when it comes to maybe your family or your immediate home or your best friends, you know, some kind of complex situation, and you are the one who is going to be able to step forward, because you will know the exact answer. You know, the bottom line is that your input is going to be needed so much. But then again, at the same time, there is a very specific idea that you are going to have and get at that moment in time, which is not going to make sense to start with, but then later on, oh my Lord, everything is going to make sense indeed. So you need to know that this week is most certainly going to bring you a bit of like a new beginning, you know, an important new beginning, which is going to bring you the whole new perspective when it comes to your life, you know. Absolutely remarkable indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Piscelini. What is going to be your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Piscelini? You see, this is for sharing yourself. Sorry, my gorgeous flower. Sharing yourself, you see, you're incredible, generous being. So which means that you are basically going to have an important karmic reward from the past. And you have done something to someone, like helped someone out. Maybe you didn't even realize, but that now this week you're going to become aware of it, because you are going to have a quite interesting news about somebody whom you played really important role in their life, like earlier on. But then at the same time, karmically, this is going to bring you really powerful and wonderful reward as well. On another hand, my gorgeous Piscelini, look at this. I just knew it. I knew it. Piscelin, Piscelin, bye 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 ceiling, bye 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 ceiling, bye 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 ceiling, bye 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 ceiling, bye 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 bye. Bye 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 ceiling, bye 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 ceiling, bye 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 bye. You see this? I'm so excited. Look, it just makes such a beautiful sense with everything that I've said so far. And your synchronicity, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's already starting. You see, starting fresh. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. Absolutely remarkable, and this is just a beautiful confirmation. The wonderful new beginning, it's about to blossom in your life, and you're gonna have that strong power, very strong power. If you repeat this okay, throughout this week. At any time, it's going to help you like tremendously when it comes to the universe and things happening, things getting closer together. But at the same time, specifically this week, if you repeat this, very soon after, something wonderful is actually going to take place. So just remember, a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. That's your little mantra, my babies. That's your little affirmation to say this throughout the week. I would say it every morning, if you possibly can, every single morning in between the 17th and the 23rd of May, my gorgeous Piscelini. You just say this: a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. And that you have the power to take this on like a level number 777, really, instead of levels number 12 or something, you know. So this is very, very important indeed. This affirmation, a mantra, daily mantra, is going to go a long way, and it's going to work a wonder. Watch this space. Okay, my gorgeous people, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye. Love you.